Hey guys, this is All Stream That back with another episode of Farming Simulator 2017, and today we are going to be doing potatoes. You need special equipment all the way around to do potatoes. This right here is your sower. This will actually plant your potatoes. So let's go ahead and get the workers started on that. And that is a special planter for potatoes. You have to have one of those in order to do potatoes, and it'll be the same thing for beets as well, and we'll get into beets some other time. But right now, let's go ahead and let's let him finish up. And once he is finished, we will be back to go through the harvesting process. Okay, so I was starting to run out of money paying my helper. Rather than just take over for him, I decided I was going to take a job from another farmer and rectify the situation that way. So as you can see on field 15, we have helper A, who is still planting, and I am over here on field 19. And I am working for another farmer doing a harvest. And that should net me a few $1,000s, which will be more than enough to pay the helpers for this whole job. Not just for the planting, but also for the harvest. And that will leave me free to run the truck. So that way when the harvester gets full, I can be waiting with the trailer to take the potatoes away. Okay, so here we are back on field 15. The potatoes have been planted and they are ready for the first part of the harvest. Harvesting for potatoes is a two-part process, the way that I am doing it today. There can actually be a one part. If I had enough money to buy the Tektron 415, I would. That would do all the potato stuff all in one go. However, that's a little expensive. These are the ones I bought, so I have the KS75-4, which will cut the tops off, which is what you need to do. And then after that, you can use the SE260 to dig the potatoes out of the ground, but you have to use the topper first. So let's go ahead and do the topper. It's already lowered, it's already turned on, it's ready to go. So what that does is that cuts all the stuff off the top. That cuts all the that basically cuts the flour and everything that's on top, that's above the ground, because potatoes grow below the ground. So what we need to do is we need to cut all the excess off, which is what we are doing here. And there we go. We need to get a straight line. We're going to come back and clean this up when we're done with this pass. And so what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hire a worker. Okay. Or not. Okay, so I don't know why it wouldn't let me hire the worker before, but it's letting me do it now. So we're going to go ahead and let them get a little bit ahead. Okay, so he is, it looks like about a third through the field. So let's go ahead and we're going to get the second part of the harvest started. And this is the machine that we use to dig the potatoes out. So let's go ahead and let's get started. We've already got it lowered. Let's turn it on. And let's see what this does. Okay, there we go. So that is working. Yeah. So that is how we harvest potatoes. And the cutter, it looks like, or the digger, is a little offset from where I would like it to be anyway. So it looks like one row gets about 10%, and we didn't do any fertilizing with this field at all. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get a worker started on this. And we're going to go ahead and let our workers work. And while they are working, I am going to go ahead and get the trailer ready, so that way when the harvester is full, then we can go ahead and empty him out and put the potatoes where they go. And they do not go in the silo. So we will show you where those go, and we will be back. Okay, we're going to go ahead. He is not quite full, but we're going to go ahead and take the load out anyway. And this right over here is one of the places that they can go, and sugar beets are the same way. I hate trying to back this thing up. Okay, well, let's just do this then. If we can do that and get straight, then we should be able okay. So there we go. And that is what you do with the potatoes, and you also do the same thing with the beets. They cannot have the same, they cannot be stored in the same bin. Okay, so what we are doing here is we are doing a palleting of potatoes. There we go, and we are... Okay, there it is. And let's go ahead and disable pallet creation so that way it won't do that anymore. And I think that should actually be there as well. Yep, there we go. So that's how you do it, is you just enable it and it goes ahead and does it. And when it's full, maybe that's when it stops. But yeah, let's go ahead and disable that now. So that'll work then. This one right here is a full pallet. Maybe. Unless that other one is glitched, which it might be. Okay, so here we go. Let's lift that up and tilt it back. Okay, so if I think we may be able to fit this in the back of the truck, but we are instead just going to drive this down and sell it that way. Okay, there we go. So when we get there, I will show you what we do to sell these. Just go right up here. Yep. And as soon as you go over, it is done, and that got us $42. Not really worth it to do it that way, but yeah, once we can get a flatbed that we can secure it with, that will be the way that we sell those, because we can get more per load than we can through the trailer that we have. But yeah, that is how you do pallets, and that is also how you sell pallets. You just drive it right over where it goes. And when you have a trailer that you can secure the load to, all you have to do is unsecure the load. If the load is still secured and strapped down, it will not sell until you unsecure the load. And that is what we do with potatoes. So thank you for watching. My name is AllStreamThat. Hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications.